just coming around to do the other side. So obviously taking the old arm off, that's one from the other side, but taking the old arm off, or the upright off, and then come to take out this old Goodrich shows, and then look what's happened. So as I've done it with the 10mm signet, the thing's actually unwinding, but it's also snapped the line. So that's kind of out of there now. You see that's gone right the way through there. It was actually loose, but it's managed to turn the line. So that's junk, and that means I need to do the line. But if you come around here, it kind of makes sense what happened, because this top left one here is the one that goes down to that wheel. So it's kind of not surprising that's the last one that I need to change anyway. So I'm going to get rid of that. And the other two that go to the rear, they both run inside the car, so they're probably protected, at least till we get to the back. They're probably protected. So I'll check the state of them as well, but I'm hoping I don't have to change them as well. But the pain is right down in there, and there's loads of stuff in the way now. So I'm going to come in here, loosen off with the 10mm. So I've got the short drive shaft. This is a bit of an easier position to chuck in. Basically, you can just get it in like this. Then there we go, that's in, just like that. And then we can obviously have copper slipped. I've put the new end on and copper slip that. I can just take these off. Okay, and then just get this new leaking a bit. We're okay. So you get this in first, like that. Probably easier actually if I don't do it entirely like that. But, okay, and then get a drive shaft in. So we put it the lower ball joint in there like that. We've got the 17 as before. 17mm bolt running through the LCA, and then we've got up here, this is the higher the top ball joint, and we've got that in there as well, like that.
With the LCA one?
The LCA's down here. So got the 17mm, and that's it. And then you just chuck this track rod end on like so. So that's in there like that. So that can be tightened on there like so. And then we've just got, as we did before, exact same step with the anti-roll bar drop link. Okay, so I'm going to do the rear brakes, although there's not a lot of wear on them. There's a lot of rust on them. So we've got these EVC brakes we're going to put in for the back, and these are the part number for the pads. It's like they go on a whole raft of things. And these are the back, same style as the fronts.
Yeah, who's she?
No idea. Very 90s photo. They've probably been sitting around since then. Right, so first I get this impact driver, and you've seen me use this before, and then you can just basically put it up there and shock them off. These are actually really loose for some reason, probably because I've put copper slip on them, but you can just shock them off, and then you just undo those two. There's copper slip or some evidence of it on the back there, and then same again. And this is with the handbrake on to stop the whole thing turning. And then what we can do is we take the handbrake off from inside the car. Right. Okay, and if you could pass me that, we'll just have a look at the handbrake mechanism anyway. If you pull the handbrake on, off and on, let's just see what we've got. And again, pull it right up. Okay, so we see we've got one seized handbrake mechanism in there, so we'll have to try and free that off. Doesn't appear this whole thing's moving, but we can. It's got a nut on top, so we can pull the spring off and then we can get that whole thing moving. So we'll probably do that next. Here's the handbrake mechanism, so you can get a large flathead screwdriver and just basically just pluck that off there, like that. Take him off, and then see what size it is. I've got a 17 here, yeah. So then we can just try and move it, see how stuck that is. See if we can get some movement in here. Try and free it off a bit. When these have been sitting around, they just don't like to move a hell of a lot. Okay, and then we can get this back on here. So you put the spring rack down in there. Get this. Sometimes just get it in like that. Okay, and then again you go in the car. Okay, now off. At least it's moving now. It's positive. Leave it off. We'll probably have to kind of lubricate that. I'll see how we go with that. So the next step is with the handbrake off. Obviously, we've got these 12 mils. There's one here. There's one at the bottom. So we'll undo that and then we'll back the caliper off. These are quite tight here, so we can just undo that with a 12 mil. This one less so. So we can just undo both of those. Two 12 mil. Get them out of there, and then we'll be getting a jimmy involved to back off the caliper. So there's that undone. There's that one out, and that's kind of blocked by the line, so that can stay there. And then we'll get jimmy in here. Lots of different ways you can do that. I like to get jimmy involved, so we can just kind of just peel this back off. There we go. Out. Then that's loose there. Old caliper's out there. Just put that to the back, and then what we can do is we can undo these two bolts down here, which I've got one 14 here and another 14 up here, and that might be better on a spanner. I'll just undo that so we can take this hanger out. So I've taken off the hanger, these two hanger bolts, put them to one side, and then we can take the hanger off. Still got a pad in there, so we can just kind of walk that out. Yeah, it has had some use, that. Okay, put that to one side. Take off the old disc. Get rid of that. And then we can wire brush all the kind of standing crap, although it doesn't look too bad in here actually. So we can wire brush that, and then copper slip that. Then we can start having a look at these hangers. And this doesn't look too clever in here. No lubricant in there. So I don't. That one's solid, which is kind of probably why it's not working. So we'll need to kind of lubricate these back up and put the seals back in. So we'll do that next. One of these is out, if you know, a bit I don't know, not got a lot of lubricant in it. This one's stuck, so I'm just going to put this in the vise. Just tighten that. There we go. And what you can see is there's a bit of corrosion on there, which is not great, but what we'll do is we'll just clean these up. Got some very fine sort of Scotch Brite. So got a flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to kind of walk this rubber seal. It kind of says something about how bonded this is to it. Ugh. God. It's got some very fine sandpaper here. It is just surface rust, but once I got past that seal and there's just no lubricant in it. So what I'll do is I'll just very lightly sand off all the rust. And I'll probably have to get new hangers, but at the moment I just want to get the thing running and stuff. So I'll just sand these lightly off and show the result. So I've taken as much rust as I can off there. The carb spray to kind of clean this stuff off. Okay, then we can just dry them off, and then these rubber seals. Just dry them off, and then we'll install them back in here. Now I've just got some carb spray and chuck it down in here. Try and get some of that rust out. Okay, and just dry that out. And I got this CV boot grease, lithium grease, and then just get a bit. You don't want to go crazy with this stuff. You just want to kind of evenly put these round. And then a little bit more. That's much better. Moving freely at least anyway. It's what you want. I think part of the thing is the seals don't seem to ever really fit in there. Because they're old. Yeah, probably. They don't seem to locate in there as you'd want. I have had all types of fun with these.
They look cracked.
No, they're not cracked. Right, you can try and do it like this. I don't think it ever. Try and get them in first. But I don't think it ever really truly stay in there. So they're meant to be. They're meant to be able to sit in. Oh, don't do that.
Like that. It's not all glamorous.
Okay. So you really can kind of put them in like that, which is where they should stay. Like that when they're in. They don't seem like they want to do that. And then shove this back in here, but you see it's always looking to escape. I had all types of fun with these in the past, but I don't think I want to spend too much time on this. Got to wind the brakes back in. Best thing to use is a brake winder tool. I've got this here. This is a little plate thing, and then you select the correct one to fit in these holes here. So you kind of line it up as so, and they kind of fit in there like that. Okay, and then you like that, and then you wind this whole thing back until it's tight. Okay, and then when that's in there like so, you can start winding this in. So this is kind of, you've got to push and wind at the same time. So I kind of go like this. So this comes anti-clockwise as this one comes clockwise, and then see it's always going round the piston. So it's the point where it's quite easy to turn. Kind of come out a bit. Just reset up. There we go, like that. And there you go, it's kind of, you get to the point where you can't go, you see it's flat there now, it's the piston's right way wound back in, and then you can just kind of do that up and get this whole thing out, and that's it. Then you can build it back up, so you can put the new pads back on the hanger. So then it goes like this. You get the new disc, Clean up the surface, put the new disc on, that'll be the next thing I do. Then we have the brake rotor, that's it's from this kit I showed you before. And you want it like this, so it's kind of the spiral going towards the back of the car, I guess. And you just line up with the chamfered holes in line with the threads that are there at the back. Looks like that. And then we get these little screws, and then put a little bit of copper slip as they go in, and then just screw them both on. So we've got the hanger here. I've got two 14mm bolts like that, and this just comes in here. There's one 40mm here, there's one 14mm here on the hanger to do up. Put some copper slip in here, and basically you've got two pads, one with this metal bit and then one without, and then put some copper slip on the ears here and here, and then that's just to aid fitting the pad. And then you just tap him home a little bit. There we go. And then get this other pad. Again, tiny bit copper slip on the ears. Okay, and then you can just get this one home. You want to make sure that the caliper's fully wound in, and when you put it in, it should just slip over the brake pads.
No need for a hammer then.
No need for a hammer. So it goes like that, and then you can just get in the two 12mm. One at the top here, and there's one at the bottom. Just do those both up. And then when you're finished, you should just be able to move the disc. You feel it slip past the pad, but it shouldn't be really hard to move or anything, otherwise you're going to have issues. That probably means that you haven't wound the caliper back in enough. Here at the rear brake, I've undone the 12mm on here. So there's one here and there's one here. You can get in there with a 12mm hook spanner, or on the top you can get here with a single hex deep. And then I can back off the caliper here. Okay. And what I really want to do is change out the sliders. So we saw before the sliders were a bit knackered. So although I lube them up, I fancy using these brand new sliders I got. So here's the part number there. So I'm going to just basically put these old sliders to one side. Take up that one as well. Take out that one as well. There we go. And then I'm going to use these two sliders. So it's everything that's in the kit. Get a little bit of this, probably similar to the grease I'm using. Get two new bolts, and you get the rubber seals. So here's the rubber seal thing. So you see it's got a lip on there. What I need to do is put it in first. So get it in like that. Check it's the whole way in. And you can do that by kind of rotating it. Just check it's in like that. Then you get the slider. Get the grease that comes in the kit. That's probably a bit much, but whatever. Wipe the excess off. And then get it in. So you put it in there like that. So you see I've just gone underneath there and just push it like that. Get the air bubble out, and that's how you want it. Same again with this one. You see this little air bubble in there? There you go. So that should be like corrugated. That's how you want them. So then just turn them like that. Both like that. Get your brake pad in as before. and then put the caliper back on. And then this kit's quite nice because it comes with these bolts, so you may as well use the new ones. And then get these two back in here. And there's, I can pretty much just do these up, and then this one, and then just nip both these up. So then that's it, and that's how you do it. Back with the Civic now. So last time, remember, I did the new hard lines for the master cylinder, and I put by accident or by mistake, put a bubble flare on these lines, which means they're going to leak. What I should have done is put basically a double flare. So I'll show you the difference between those, but it's actually very simple to do with the same brake tool I have. Basically, you just drive the cone of the brake tool back into the flare, and I'll show you what that looks like. So first things I need to do is undo these and then put a double flare in them rather than just the single flare or bubble flare, which is ISO DIN. I'll go ahead and do that.
This is what happens when you try and put a bubble flare into what should be a double flare. It's all kind of mashed and weird, same both ends. So I need to redo this. First of all, you can see the end I've cut off with that tool, like before. And then I've got this device here, which is the laser brake pipe flaring tool. So the bubble flares get put in with this former tool. So and to make a double flare, you actually need to use the former tool, and then you put in this cone in afterwards, which gives you the double flare. So first of all, as before, I'll use the single flare tool, the bubble flare tool. Show what it looks like first. So there's your single or DIN ISO flare there. And to do the double flare, what you need to do is put that back in there, and then wind this cone into there that just turns the inside out slightly, and I'll show you what that looks like then. Like I said, just wind in this cone into there, and you see there's a double flare on there now, and that's what you want. So do the same to both sides, and I'll put it back where it came from, which is just at the bottom left of that distribution block there. Sorry, bottom right of the distribution block, and the right hand side of this DC2 master cylinder. Right, and here's the double flare there on both sides. I can put that back in to the master cylinder now. So just to prove to you I am the full idiot, I managed to do single or bubble flares, DIN flares, and all of these in this distribution block and throughout the car. So I need to redo the lines that go to the left and right hand side of the car. So this one here, which is in the bottom there, bottom left as I look at it, goes to the left hand side of the car, so furthest away from me, over there. I'm going to redo this one, and then this one here goes to this closer side, front of the car, so I'm going to redo that. So I'm going to put two new double DIN flares on those, and then you can do it in situ. Now you need to make sure the pipe is straight when you do it, so that you get a nice flush cut and you can actually make a flare. If you don't have a straight pipe, this one didn't have a long enough space to have a straight pipe, you see that the actual flare is not very good, so I'm actually going to have to take this one out, but luckily it's only the one that goes to the one next to me, the front right hand side, so I'm going to have to redo that whole pipe. That's not really much of a trouble, but this one is because it goes next to the subframe, and it would be annoying to take that out. So trying to make sure that when you do a flare, especially in situ, make sure you have a nice straight bit of pipe so you can make a decent double DIN flare. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it in this bottom left one there, and then redo this one when I've jacked the car up and taken the whole line out. So get on with that. Right, just a quick word to the wires. So here's the single flare or DIN ISO type of flare, and here is the double flare, so the Japanese style. Now I've got the distribution block here, there, so that really wants the double flare, but these whole brake lines for some reason have the DIN style, and if I just show you the other end, you can see it's basically a single flare DIN style bubble, whichever we want to call it. So that's why I need to put the single flare in that, so the conventional type. So double flare there, single flare here, and that's what I've done on this pipe, and I'll bend that up and put it in. Go on.